Imagine finding a simple pocket change quarter and realizing it could be worth almost $1 million. Sounds impossible? Well, it isn't. Right now, a rare 1999 Georgia State quarter has been valued at a staggering $976,000. That's enough to buy a dream house, pay off debts, or retire early, but here's the catch: most people who have one of these coins don't even know it, and they spend it on a cup of coffee. Could you be sitting on a fortune without realizing it? Stay with me, because in the next few minutes, I'll reveal what makes this quarter so rare, how to know if you have one, and why time might be running out to cash in. In 1999, the U.S. Mint launched the iconic State Quarter program, a collector's dream that would change coin history forever. The Georgia Quarter, featuring the famous peach, was one of the very first designs released. Millions were minted, but a tiny fraction had a critical minting error that turned them into gold mines. What kind of error? Well, some coins had struck-through errors, some were double dies, and a few had misaligned dies that created slightly off-center images. These rare mistakes made them highly sought after by collectors. Here's the shocking part: one of these rare 1999 Georgia error quarters recently sold at auction for nearly $1 million. Yes, you heard that right. One coin. Nearly $1 million. Imagine dropping that into a vending machine by mistake. That's not just a bad day, that's the kind of mistake you think about for the next 10 years. But here's where it gets really interesting: collectors and treasure hunters across the country are now combing through their old jars, rolls, and collections looking for this coin. And if you think this is just a hobbyist thing, think again. The demand is so high that private buyers are competing with auction houses for these error coins. And here's the part that surprises most people: there's a high chance that one of these rare coins is still out there, unclaimed, waiting to be discovered. Maybe in your change jar, maybe in your wallet right now. Here's the scary truth: if you spend that coin without knowing what it's worth, you might be throwing away nearly $1 million. And once it's gone, it's gone. So, how do you know if you have one of these life-changing quarters? Look for the P under "In God We Trust." The most valuable coins have noticeable doubling on the words Georgia or E pluribus unum. The closer it is to mint state, the more it's worth. Even a slightly worn one could still fetch hundreds of thousands. If you find one that matches these traits, don't spend it, protect it, and get it professionally graded. This step alone can turn a $50,000 coin into a $976,000 coin at auction. And please, don't just show it to your neighbor and say, "Hey, cool coin." Show it to a professional before they try to borrow it forever. This is where it all comes together. Imagine finding this coin, sending it off for grading, and watching the auctioneer announce a six-figure winning bid. It's about freedom. Freedom from financial stress, freedom to make choices that change your life. As more of these coins are discovered and sold, the market could shift. Early sellers tend to make the highest profits. Wait too long, and you might be looking at half the price. So, before you spend another quarter on a parking meter or snack machine, ask yourself, could this be the one? Because the next life-changing coin might already be in your hands. If you found this video valuable, subscribe for more rare coin discoveries, market updates, and insider tips to turn your spare change into serious wealth. And if you have a coin you think might be worth a fortune, drop a comment below. You never know, your story could be the next one we share here. Would you ever believe that the tiny quarter in your pocket could be worth nearly $1 million? No, this isn't a late-night infomercial, this is real. Right now, a rare 2002 Louisiana State quarter just sold for a staggering $987,000 at auction, and guess what? You might have one sitting in your coin jar right now. Pause for effect, stay with me, because in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly what makes this coin so rare, how to check your own quarters, and why time is running out to cash in before the market shifts. Let's face it, most people think quarters are boring pocket change. But the 2002 Louisiana quarter is anything but ordinary. It tells a story of American history, hidden errors, and incredible collector demand that's turning everyday finders into overnight millionaires. Now, before you run to your junk drawer, take a deep breath. Yes, I can already see you reaching for that coffee can. Light chuckle, we need to know exactly what we're looking for, because not every Louisiana quarter will make you rich. And that's where most people get it wrong. So, what's so special about this coin? Let's break it down. The Louisiana State Quarter was released in 2002 as part of the 50 State Quarters program, minted in Denver. That's the D mint mark. What makes this coin a jackpot is a combination of minting errors and high-grade condition. Some of the most valuable examples show a rare double die strike where the design appears slightly doubled under magnification. Others are in near-perfect MS68 or MS69 grade, meaning they look almost untouched by human hands. But here's where it gets really interesting. There's one error variety that collectors are practically fighting over. If your coin has this, you might be sitting on a small fortune. I'll reveal exactly what to look for in just a moment. The coin market moves fast. Prices like $987,000 don't stay forever. Collectors are buying aggressively right now because they know once these coins disappear into private collections, they may not surface again for decades. And let's be honest, who wouldn't rather have $1 million quarter than a 1,000,000-calorie cheeseburger? Quick chuckle to reset attention. Look for the D mint mark on the right side of Washington's portrait. Examine the design. Use a magnifying glass to check for doubling on the letters Louisiana Purchase. Check condition. The fewer scratches, the better. Even a small nick can drop the value by thousands. Okay, so now you know what to look for. But here's the $1 million question: if you do find one, how do you sell it for top dollar without getting ripped off? Most people make the mistake of running to their local pawn shop or bank. Don't do that. You could lose 90% of the value right there. Instead, you need to connect with the right collectors, auction houses, and grading companies. Professional grading is key. Services like PCGS or NGC can certify your coin and protect you from lowball offers. Once certified, you can take it to major coin auctions, places where serious collectors are ready to pay top dollar. Imagine holding that tiny quarter in your hand, knowing it could pay off your mortgage, buy your dream car, or give you the retirement you deserve. That's not just money, that's freedom. The market for rare state quarters is hot right now, but just like gold or stocks, it can cool down quickly. If you wait too long, you might miss your chance. And no, don't toss it back into the vending machine unless you want to give the next guy a free ticket to early retirement. Playful pause. If you found this helpful, subscribe right now, because next week I'm covering another coin that's turning ordinary people into millionaires. Don't miss it, that next coin could be hiding in your wallet right now. Closing cliffhanger, and just wait until you see the 2003 Alabama quarter error. Some of those are breaking six figures too, but that's a story for another video. Right now, there could be a single coin sitting in your pocket, worth nearly $1 million. Yes, you heard that right, a simple 2007 Utah quarter dollar, part of the popular 50 State Quarters series, is making headlines for selling at a jaw-dropping $987,000. But here's the twist: most people throw this exact coin into vending machines without a second thought. Are you about to let a fortune slip through your fingers? Yeah, imagine losing almost $1 million to buy a $1 soda. Ouch. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, how to identify this rare coin, and how to sell it for top dollar. Miss even one detail, and you could walk past the biggest financial opportunity of your life. First, let's understand why this coin matters. The 2007 Utah quarter was minted to honor the state of Utah, featuring the iconic golden spike connecting the Transcontinental Railroad. Millions were struck, but only a handful have the special errors and conditions that make them worth a fortune. So what makes a 25-cent coin worth $987,000? It's all about condition and rarity. The most valuable examples are a MS68 or higher graded coins, that's near perfection under a microscope, minting errors like double die obverse, off-center strikes, or dramatic die cracks, and yes, provenance matters. Coins with a clear record of discovery and certification sell for far more. If your coin has scratches from your car keys, you're probably not retiring just yet. Missing out, but here's where most people make a critical mistake: they find an unusual coin, rush to sell it on eBay for a few $100, and lose out on hundreds of thousands. Imagine realizing 5 years later that the coin you sold paid for someone else's mansion. Don't panic. I'll show you exactly how to avoid this trap. How to identify and verify: look for the small d below the image of the trains. Under good light, check for double lines, off-center designs, or unusual bumps. The shinier, the better. If it looks like it just came from the mint, you might have a winner. Send your coin to PCGS or NGC. A grade of MS-67 or MS-68 can skyrocket the price. And here's the part nobody talks about: how to sell your coin without getting scammed. Let's talk about that. When you confirm your coin's authenticity, resist the urge to sell it instantly. Big money is made in the right auction house. Heritage Auctions, Stacksbauers, or great collections are trusted by serious collectors. The last MS-68 example sold for $987,000, and experts believe prices will only go higher as fewer perfect coins remain in circulation. Your quarter could beat the stock market, and you don't have to check it every morning with your coffee. Urgency plus inspiration every day. Rare coins like this are being discovered and lost forever. If you have a jar of change at home, tonight might be the night you change your future. You, cashing in on $1 million coin, paying off your mortgage, or finally taking that dream vacation without worrying about the price tag. Don't wait. Go through your coins today. Take this seriously, because opportunity doesn't knock twice, and if you want to know which other state quarters are breaking records, make sure to watch my next video where I reveal the top 5 quarters that are worth more than a brand new Tesla. Imagine this: you're holding a plain-looking 2000 Maryland quarter in your hand. You toss it into a vending machine without a second thought. Big mistake, that little piece of metal could have been worth $986,000. Yes, nearly $1 million, from a quarter that most people ignore every single day. But what makes this particular coin so valuable, and could you have one hiding in your change jar right now? Let's find out before someone else cashes in your fortune. The Maryland State Quarter was released in 2000 as part of the U.S. Mint's 50 State Quarters program. Millions were struck, but buried within that mountain of coins are a handful of quarters that are anything but ordinary. In fact, coin collectors call them hidden treasures. Some of these rare 2000p Maryland quarters are selling for over $986,000 at private auctions today. Yes, you heard that right, that's not a typo, that's not monopoly money, and no, I haven't lost my mind. We're talking nearly $1 million for a single 25-cent coin. You could trade one of these for a fully loaded Tesla, or 3. But before you go digging under your couch cushions, you need to know what makes these coins special and how to spot one before you accidentally spend it. Here's where it gets fascinating and where most people miss out. The most valuable 2000p Maryland quarters have unique minting errors and conditions that make them incredibly rare. Doubling of letters like Maryland or E pluribus unum, if part of the design is missing or shifted. A sign of a sharp, early strike, prized by collectors. These aren't just imperfections, they're what turn an everyday coin into a 6-figure payday. But there's one more detail that separates a $50 collectible from a $986,000 masterpiece, and most sellers miss it completely. Condition. Your quarter must be in near-perfect, uncirculated condition, what collectors call MS-67 or higher. Coins in this grade are so pristine, they look like they just left the mint yesterday. Now, here's a question: when was the last time you actually looked closely at your pocket change? Probably never, right? That habit might be costing you a fortune. The market for rare state quarters is heating up, and collectors are willing to pay life-changing money for the right coin. Don't wait. Every day, more of these coins disappear into private collections, never to be seen again. If you have one, you hold the key to an instant cash windfall. And if you think this is rare, wait until you hear about the state quarter that sold for over $1.2 million. We'll cover that in our next video. So tonight, dump out that coin jar, check your pockets, and grab a magnifying glass. Your $1 million quarter could be sitting right in front of you. Don't miss your chance. Subscribe now, because we're uncovering the next big coin find that could make you the next rare coin millionaire. Imagine this: you're holding what seems like an ordinary 2005 West Virginia quarter, but what if I told you that this very coin could be worth nearly $1 million? Yes, you heard that right, $956,000 for a single quarter. But here's the scary part: most people spend it as loose change without ever knowing they had a life-changing fortune in their pocket. So, are you one of them? Or are you about to discover that you're sitting on a goldmine? Stick with me until the very end of this video, because the difference between a 25-cent coin and a $956,000 payday comes down to one small detail you can spot with your own eyes. And no, it's not whether George Washington is smiling at you. Though, that would be creepy. In 2005, the U.S. Mint released the West Virginia State Quarter, part of the iconic 50 State Quarters program. Millions of these coins were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, marked with the letter P, but hidden among the sea of ordinary coins, a few rare pieces emerged, coins with unique die errors, double designs, or minting anomalies that make them extraordinarily valuable to collectors, because we're living in an era where rare coin values are skyrocketing. What was once pocket change is now becoming a serious wealth-building opportunity. Think about it, one coin can cover your mortgage, your kids' college tuition, and maybe even that dream vacation you've been putting off for years. But before we get into what makes this coin worth $956,000, let's talk about the danger of not knowing, because this mistake could cost you everything. Every year, thousands of rare coins slip through the cracks, sold off for pennies on the dollar because their owners didn't recognize their value. Imagine finding out 5 years from now that you once had a fortune in your hand, but you spent it on a vending machine snack. That's why you can't afford to ignore what I'm about to show you. Doubling of the design, die breaks, or unusual edges. Coins graded MS67 or above can fetch enormous premiums. Only a handful of these pristine 2005 P West Virginia quarters exist in this condition. You get a coin that just sold at auction for a jaw-dropping $956,000. So yeah, next time someone hands you change at the gas station, maybe don't just toss it in your car's cup holder unless you like donating six figures to strangers. But here's the exciting part, you don't need a coin collection to find one of these. You might already own one without realizing it. Go through your change jar, wallets, even that old coffee can in your garage. Use a magnifying glass or take clear photos. Look for doubling, cracks, or anything unusual. Submit it to a reputable grading company like PCGS or NGC. A certified high-grade coin can multiply its value overnight. Use trusted auction houses or online marketplaces that specialize in rare coins. One coin could change your entire financial story. This isn't just about a quarter, it's about freedom, choices, and building a legacy. Narrator, empowering tone. So, are you ready to turn 25 cents into nearly $1 million? If this video got you thinking about the wealth hiding in plain sight, hit the like button, share this with a friend who loves treasure hunting, and subscribe for more tips that could literally change your life. Imagine holding a coin in your hand right now, a coin you've probably spent at a gas station or dropped in a couch cushion, only to discover it's worth nearly $1 million. Yes, I'm talking about the 2007 P Washington quarter dollar, a coin that, in the right condition, is shaking the entire coin collecting world. And here's the thing, it could be sitting quietly in your pocket change right now. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, how to tell if you've got the rare one, and how to turn an ordinary quarter into a life-changing payday. But hey, if you're thinking, come on, it's just 25 cents, keep watching, because this is one of those moments where 25 cents might just buy you your next house. In 2007, the U.S. Mint struck millions of Washington quarters at the Philadelphia Mint. That's what the little P Mint mark stands for. But here's the twist, some of these coins were struck with unusual errors, doubled dies, or misalignments that created one-of-a-kind collectibles. Collectors hunt for these because they are extremely rare, and when one surfaces at auction, the bidding war is fierce. In fact, the most pristine 2007 P Washington quarter, graded by PCGS at the highest levels, recently sold for $977,000. There's still a chance more are out there waiting to be discovered. But wait, what makes this quarter different from the one in your pocket? Let's break that down next, because missing this detail could cost you nearly $1 million. Here's what separates a 25 cents quarter from a $977,000 jackpot. Collectors want coins with little to no wear. If your coin looks like it's been through 10 car washes, sorry, not the one. Not a coin graded MS67 or higher, that's mint state, by PCGS or NGC is where the big money starts rolling in. Things like doubled lettering, off-center strikes, or strange die cracks. These turn a common coin into a collector's dream. If you're now squinting at every quarter in your house under a desk lamp, don't worry, you're officially a coin hunter. Congratulations! Building the urgency. But here's why you can't afford to wait. Every year that passes, fewer of these coins remain in top condition. Collectors are snatching them up, locking them away, and prices are climbing. Today it's $977,000. Tomorrow? Who knows, it could cross the $1 million mark. This is what separates those who just hear about opportunities from those who act on them. So, if you think you found one of these rare quarters, what do you do next? Because the wrong move could cost you thousands. Let's talk about that. Do not clean your coin. Cleaning a coin can destroy its value instantly. Get it graded by a reputable company like PCGS or NGC. Their certification is your ticket to the big leagues. Sell at the right place. High-end auctions like heritage auctions or Stacksbowers are where serious collectors compete, driving your coin's value up. Remember, wealth is not just about luck. It's about recognizing opportunities and acting with precision. Some people spend their lives chasing lottery tickets. You just might have your winning ticket sitting in a jar of spare change. If you enjoyed this video, check your quarters tonight. You could be sitting on nearly $1 million. And if you want to learn how to spot other rare coins that could make you wealthy, subscribe now. Because next week, we're revealing another coin that has collectors going crazy, and it's even more common than this one. Imagine this: you wake up tomorrow knowing you're holding a coin worth more than most people's cars. Would you sell it, or hold it and watch its value rise? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Imagine this. You're digging through an old jar of coins in your kitchen drawer, expecting nothing but loose change for coffee money. And then, your hands freeze. Right there is a 2003 Maine State quarter, worth nearly $973,000 today. Yes, almost $1 million for a single quarter you could have easily spent on gum yesterday. Before you laugh this off, stick with me. Because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to check if your quarter could turn you into a six-figure richer, maybe even a millionaire. And no, this isn't a scam, a late-night infomercial, or me trying to sell you a coin cleaning kit. In fact, never clean your coins. I'll explain why later, but it could cost you thousands. Set the scene and build curiosity. Let's go back to 2003. The U.S. Mint released the Maine State quarter featuring the Pemaquid Point Lighthouse. Beautiful design, millions were minted. But here's the twist: a small batch of 2003 quarters left the Denver Mint with dramatic minting errors. Think of double dies, off-centers, and striking errors that most people never notice, yet collectors are hunting for them right now. And here's the shocking part: one of these rare error quarters recently sold for nearly $973,000. But what made it so valuable? The answer might be sitting in your coin jar. Build suspense, excitement, and authority. Let's talk about what makes this coin special. The 2003 Maine quarter has been reported with often around the lighthouse design dot where part of the coin's design is missing, creating a shadowy, ghost-like doubling effect. These errors don't just add a little value, they multiply it. We're talking $10,000, $50,000, and yes, even close to $1 million depending on grade and rarity. Picture this: the same coin you might spend at a gas station could fund your next house down payment. So next time someone tells you it's just a quarter, ask them if their quarter can buy a Tesla. Mine could. Well, if I had one. But before you run to spend hours staring at your change under a microscope, let's talk grading. Condition is king. A Mint State coin in pristine condition sells for far more than one that's been scratched, bent, or cleaned. And here's where most people ruin their jackpot without even realizing it: this one mistake can turn a $973,000 coin into a 25-cent pocket change. I'll reveal it in a moment. Reveal, inspire, and create urgency. So what's the number one mistake? Cleaning your coin. When you polish or scrub your coin, you strip away its natural patina and permanently damage it. Collectors call this coin cleaning death. Instead, handle rare coins with cotton gloves and send them to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. Time matters. The longer you wait, the harder it becomes to find these coins in circulation. Collectors are buying them up, and once they're gone, they're gone. Imagine what finding this coin could mean: no more credit card debt, a dream vacation, maybe an early retirement. Ordinary people have found these coins and turned a handful of change into life-changing money. Why not you? Check your coins for the 2003 Maine quarter. Look for visible errors, cracks, doubling, or off-center strikes. If you find one, get it graded professionally. Don't spend it, don't clean it. And if you want to see which other state quarters and nickels are worth thousands, subscribe right now and turn on notifications. Because in my next video, I'll reveal another coin from the 2000s that sold for over $1.2 million. You do not want to miss it. Your journey to wealth could literally start with 25 cents. Go check your change. You might already be holding a small fortune. What if I told you that a simple quarter, yes, the one hiding in your change jar right now, could be worth nearly $1 million? You heard me right. The 2005 Oregon State Quarter has been selling for a jaw-dropping $987,000 in today's market. Before you laugh and toss that pocket change aside, keep watching, because if you have this coin, your life could change forever. And by the way, if you think this is just another boring coin video, think again. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you how an everyday coin turned into a life-changing payday, and how you can check your coins before it's too late. In 2005, the U.S. Mint released the Oregon Quarter as part of the 50-state quarters program, and millions were made, but only a tiny fraction carry the rare errors and pristine conditions that make them worth a fortune today. Imagine this. A coin collector just like you spotted a 2005 Oregon Quarter with a barely noticeable minting flaw, a double die on the obverse and razor-sharp details with a perfect strike. They sent it to be graded, expecting maybe $500. A Mint State 68, MS68, grade, one of the highest ever recorded. Auctioneers were stunned. Bidders went wild. And when the gavel dropped, this humble quarter fetched $987,000. Let that sink in. A single quarter, worth more than a luxury house. Now I don't know about you, but I'm suddenly tempted to raid every coin jar, couch cushion, and car cup holder in sight. Be honest. This is where you come in right now. There are still dozens, maybe hundreds, of these rare 2005 Oregon quarters sitting undiscovered in drawers, jars, and collections all across America. But here's the catch: every day that passes, coins are getting scratched, damaged, or lost forever. And every scratch can drop the value from nearly $1 million to just 25 cents. That's why you can't wait. The P Mint mark under the motto "In God We Trust." Razor-sharp details on the iconic Crater Lake design and the big one. Errors like double die strikes, off-center minting, or missing elements. When you find one, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. Because only certified, high-grade coins fetch these sky-high prices at auction. Quick question: what's crazier? Finding a $987,000 quarter, or spending $5 on a coffee every day and ignoring the fortune in your change? Finding one of these quarters isn't just about money. It's about possibility. You discover the coin, send it for grading, and watch the bidding war erupt online. Within days, you're holding a check that wipes out debt, pays off your house, or lets you finally take that dream vacation. It all started with something you almost ignored. Here's the takeaway: wealth doesn't just belong to Wall Street investors or lottery winners. Sometimes, it's hiding in plain sight, waiting for someone just like you to notice. And here's the kicker: the 2005 Oregon Quarter isn't the only coin like this. There are other state quarters out there that could make you just as wealthy, maybe even wealthier. So, if you want to know which coins to search for next, stay tuned. I'm revealing the top 5 most valuable state quarters in my next video, and trust me, you don't want to miss it. Your future could be sitting in your pocket right now. Hit that like button if you just grabbed your change jar. Subscribe so you don't miss the next video, because your millionaire moment might be one coin away. Imagine finding a single coin that could change your life forever. A small piece of metal, worth nearly $1 million. No, this isn't a fairy tale, it's a reality. Today, we're uncovering the incredible story of the 2003 Arkansas State Quarter, a coin that, in the right condition, can be worth up to $975,000. But here's the twist: most people who have this coin don't even know what it's really worth. Could you be holding one of these rare treasures right now? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to tell, and you might just become the next lucky collector to cash in. Let's start from the beginning. The Arkansas State Quarter was released in 2003 as part of the legendary 50-state quarters program by the U.S. Mint. Featuring a diamond, rice stalks, and a flying mallard, it's one of the most symbolic designs in the entire series. But here's where it gets interesting. While hundreds of millions were minted, a tiny fraction of them came out with rare and valuable errors, the kind collectors dream about. These errors include striking mistakes, double dies, and off-center strikes. Now, before you dismiss this as just another coin collecting story, let me ask you this: what if you had one of these coins sitting in your pocket, worth more than most people's cars, or even their homes? Let that sink in for a second. Yes, a quarter that's worth more than a Tesla. I'd say that's one very expensive laundry day if you accidentally spend it. Here's the scary part: millions of these coins have already slipped through the cracks. People are unknowingly using them for parking meters, vending machines, or tossing them in change jars. That's like giving away a winning lottery ticket. Imagine the fear of realizing you had a $975,000 coin once, and you spent it on a cup of coffee. But here's the exciting part: you still have a chance to find one. Collectors and auction houses are actively searching for these rare 2003 Arkansas quarters, paying top dollar. And the market value has skyrocketed, with pristine examples selling close to $1 million. Now, you might be asking, how do I know if mine is the jackpot coin? I'm about to reveal the exact signs to look for, so grab any Arkansas quarters you have nearby. Make sure your quarter has the P mint mark, meaning it was minted in Philadelphia. Coins in uncirculated, brilliant condition are far more valuable, so check for scratches or look closely for doubling in the design, especially around the word Arkansas and the mallard's wings. Off-center strikes, die cracks, and missing details can all mean a big payday. Once you've checked these, take clear photos and have the coin graded by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. The demand for these coins is surging right now, collectors are paying record prices, and nobody knows how long this trend will last. Don't wait. That coin sitting in your change jar could be the key to paying off your mortgage, funding your dream retirement, or even buying that vacation home you've always wanted. And if you do find one, maybe don't tell your neighbors just yet unless you're ready to explain why you suddenly upgraded to a mansion overnight. Opportunities like this don't come around often. The 2003 Arkansas quarter is more than just a piece of change, it's a ticket to financial freedom for those lucky enough to spot it. So check your change today, share this video with a friend who might be sitting on a fortune, and subscribe so you never miss another chance to turn pocket change into life-changing money, because in the world of rare coins, knowledge isn't just power, it's profit. Dramatic drumbeat, faint coin clink sound effect. Imagine this. You're cleaning out an old jar of coins, about to roll them up and take them to the bank, when you notice one shiny quarter. You think nothing of it until you discover it's worth nearly $1 million. Yes, you heard that right, $965,000 for a single 2015 Kisatchie National Forest quarter minted in Philadelphia. But here's the question. Could you have one of these rare quarters sitting in your pocket change right now? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to spot one, why it's so rare, and how you could turn that 25 cents into a life-changing payday. Quick upbeat sound effect. Wait, before you go running to your couch cushions, let's slow down and uncover what makes this coin so special. First, a little history. The 2015 Kisatchie quarter is part of the America the Beautiful series, honoring Kisatchie National Forest in Louisiana. Most people overlook it because, well, it looks just like any other quarter, but here's the twist, not all quarters are created equal. Collectors are hunting for extremely rare error versions and perfect grade examples of this coin. And these are the ones commanding astronomical prices at auctions. Imagine this, a coin grading company slaps an MS-70 grade on your quarter, the highest possible. That instantly takes its value from pocket change to nearly $1 million. Pause for effect and no, this isn't some fairy tale. Let me tell you about one collector who found one of these in circulation and almost spent it at a gas station. But what happened next will make you think twice before ever spending another quarter blindly again. Collector story, mini case study. This collector noticed something odd, a sharp, perfect strike, no scratches, no dings, flawless. After sending it to a professional grader, the result came back MS-70. Within weeks, it sold at auction for just under $1 million. The fear of what could have been if they had just spent it. This is why attention to detail is everything when it comes to rare coins. Educate and empower. Look for the small P on the front, meaning Philadelphia mint. The shinier and scratch-free, the better. Look for doubling on letters, extra metal on the design, or even off-center strikes. Your everyday change could be hiding a jackpot. Playful sound effect. Seriously, next time you grab a quarter for the vending machine, ask yourself, do I really want to spend $965,000 on a candy bar? This is about opportunity and taking action before it's too late. Every day, rare coins are being spent, lost, or damaged. Every day, someone misses out on life-changing money because they didn't know what to look for. Don't let that be you. Especially quarters from 2015. Look closely for mint errors and pristine condition. PCGS or NGC are trusted grading companies that can authenticate and value your coin. And if you think this Kisatchie quarter is exciting, wait until you hear about the rare nickel from 2006 fetching close to $1 million. That's what we'll cover in our next video. That jar of coins sitting in your kitchen could be your ticket to financial freedom. So, are you going to check, or are you going to let someone else cash in? Subscribe now, share this with a friend who hoards change, and let's make sure you are the next rare coin millionaire.